Hi, my name is John Wright, and I am fortunate enough to be the Director of Public Relations for Hardin County Schools, the best district in Kentucky, and also I serve as the volunteer coordinator for the district. We are so thankful to have our volunteers. Our volunteers give us so much in the form of time. There is no way that we can pay anyone back for their time, especially when you volunteer and you give it to our students. You serve as mentors, you serve as leaders, community leaders for them. You show them things that just can't be shown in the curricular classroom activity. You give them so much, and we are so thankful for everything our volunteers do for our students. And according to Kentucky law and Hardin County Board of Education policy, there is a procedure that we have to go through to allow volunteers on our buildings and to be around our students, and that is the background check. And so we're going to talk today about some details about the background check and how that can be an easy process for you as you consider becoming a volunteer for Hardin County Schools. Here are some procedures around becoming a volunteer for Hardin County Schools. So as we said, Kentucky law and Hardin County Board of Education policy defines a volunteer as anyone who has contact with students on either a regularly scheduled or continuing basis, or has supervisory responsibility for children at a school site or on school-sponsored trips. The individuals that meet these criteria must complete a background check administered by the Hardin County Schools. So in other words, if you cook hot dogs for the band boosters on Friday nights and really have no contact with students, there's really not a need for you to go through the background check process. However, if you do work with students and have a supervisory responsibility, then you do need to complete the background check. All volunteers will fill out an application or background check on the district website each school year. And of course, our website is hardin.kyschools.us, and that background check can be found either on the Parents tab or Quick Links. And so this slide shows you the Quick Links area where you can find the link to the volunteer background check. Just click Quick Links. It's over on the right-hand side of our web page. And also, this next slide shows you that you can click the Parents tab, and then Volunteer for Hardin County Schools is at the bottom of the page. And then this is the web page that you'll land on by either going to Parents or the Quick Links tab. You will land on a page called Volunteer for Hardin County Schools. And then over on the right-hand side, there you see circled in green, it says Link to Volunteer Background Check. And that's right under this video, this instructional video, talks you through how to become a volunteer, and it also talks about the volunteer background check process. So there is the link to the volunteer background check. The next thing we have is when you click that link to volunteer background check, it then goes to this web page. Now, this is the web page that our employees use and people use when they are looking for a paying job with the Hardin County Schools. The reason we use this website is because it's easy to download the information that we need to send your background check information to the Administrative Office of the Courts in Frankfort. If you haven't created a new account, please do so. And you see that green circle there where it says Create New Account and Apply. So after you've created your account, if you haven't already done so, or if you have an account, you can go straight to job listings. So when you go to job listings, you see the circled area there called job listings, and then you see a gold bar that's circled here in green, and you can type the word volunteer, just as we have done on this next slide. You can type that word volunteer, and then the volunteer background check application will come up. So if you'll click on that second green circle there where it says volunteer. So the superintendent's office is responsible for sending the required information to the Administrative Office of the Courts in Frankfort, Kentucky. That's who we use to collect and run the background check information that we use to approve or deny a request to be a volunteer. So the volunteer background check will not be processed until the superintendent's office has received a $10 fee for the background check. And that is not something that the district charges for the background check. That is something that the Administrative Office of the Courts charges. The district makes no money off of that $10. The AOC, Administrative Office of the Courts, they charge us $10, and so we ask to volunteer for that $10 fee. It's a wash through in our account. So Hardin County Schools will send a request for a background check to the Administrative Office of the Courts every 5 years. Therefore, we will only ask for a processing fee every 5 years instead of every year. As we show on our next slide, if you became a volunteer in 2019, we will ask for a processing fee again in 2024. If you became a volunteer last year in the 21-22 school year, we'll ask for a processing fee again in 2027. So again, if you paid a processing fee in 2022, you will not have to pay that again until 2027. We only run those every 5 years. Now we say all that to say this. Our volunteers must complete a volunteer application online each school year. I know what you're thinking. You just told me that we do not have to collect a background check processing fee every year when we do that every 5 years. However, we do ask you to complete the volunteer application online each school year, and that is our way of knowing who is eligible and who desires to be a volunteer that particular school year. By using the online form, the volunteer will be asked to choose schools for which they would like to volunteer. And however, volunteers are district volunteers. Therefore, just because someone did not check a particular school on their form does not mean that they cannot volunteer at that particular school. Now, up until several years ago, we did this on paper, and even last year we saw a paper background check form being submitted to central office, and that was not accepted. And so, like we say here on this slide, any paper forms published and formally used as a volunteer background check form will not be accepted. All that has to be completed online. And again, we are so thankful for our volunteers. And if you have any questions about becoming a volunteer in addition to what you've seen here in this video, please contact us at 270-769-8800. You can email me at john.wright, that's john.wright, W-R-I-G-H-T, at hardin.kyschools.us. Again, we look forward to helping you help our students succeed.